Kroger Delivery has one mission: to deliver the freshest food right to your door. That's why our drivers are pros. Our trucks are refrigerated. And when it comes to low prices, we always deliver. With $20 off your first order of $75 or more, there's no better time to get in on the action. Mission accomplished. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
This episode is brought to you by Honda. When you test drive the new Prologue EV, there's a lot that could impress you about it. There's the class-leading passenger space, the clean, thoughtful design, and the intuitive technology. But out of everything, what you'll really love most is that it's a Honda. Visit honda.com/EV to see offers.
Reavers.
Yes, sir.
Look up the last time Tiger Woods played a complete tournament.
Played 15 tournaments in a year, actually. We're trying to figure out if he ever played with Justin Thomas.
I think he looks good today. By that, I mean I haven't seen him clutching his back in pain. I haven't seen him take a knee. He's plucking the ball out of the hole after a putt as spryly as a 20-year-old. You have detected grimacing.
There's some grimacing.
Well, serious grimace?
I don't know. On the tee box before he hits the shot, I saw some grimace.
I haven't seen grimace.
I saw some grimace.
Is it grimace based on poor play or pain?
I don't know. It's just like, boy, this is a long day in the wind here. 3 under, that's a decent round. What we have to remember about him is back when he was playing before, he couldn't keep it together for 4 rounds.
Well, he kept this together for a round.
I said for a round.
Oh, for 4 rounds.
Yeah, about Saturday afternoon, he'd start to fade away, and by Sunday he was hurting. But they might have fixed his back. What the hell?
They fused it.
What is he, 42?
Yep.
He's got a little ahead of him. He's given up. He's playing with Justin Thomas today. I think he had the same score as he did, and it's pretty good considering he's given up 30 yards.
Well, what did you want Reavers to look up?
Tigers year by year. When did he actually play last?
Okay, because I think he got confused. He was looking, when did Tiger Woods play with Lindsey Vonn for at least 15 hours? Mm-hmm. He got a little distracted.
2016, he missed the entire season recovering from surgery.
Right.
2015, the last full event he played was the Wyndham Championship.
Yeah. When was that?
I'm trying to find a date here.
What you got to do is look at his career record and just how many tournaments he played in each year.
That's what I'm doing.
Then you can tell me.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
15, I think, is his last year that he played. So he would have played with Justin Thomas, yes.
Based on what I've seen today, he's not running in to schedule another surgery.
No. I think he's fine. Because if he has one more surgery, he's done.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like it was the week after the PGA Championship.
So, and that was 15.
Yep, and that was 2015.
So that's only 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's 2.5 years. 2.5.
They're playing the Hero World Challenge in the Bahamas. It doesn't count on the PGA Tour, but it's got a tremendous field because this is essentially a charitable effort.
I think the Tiger Woods Foundation.
Now, that's a grimace based. It's a grimace based on poor play, though. That's not a pain grimace.
No, he did give it the thump. He did give it the thump.
That's
once
a poor shot grimace.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I didn't see any pain.
Okay.
I did. Well, you had it on in your room. I just turned it on. I didn't see any grimacing.
I saw grimacing.
Yeah.
On the tee. But,
more importantly, how is it looking around at the Bahamas? Are they
looking like a guy?
All things considered, I'd like to be there.
Okay.
Never been there.
Albany, Bahamas. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it's right on the water or inland a little bit.
Okay.
I don't know
Albany,
where it
Bahamas.
is, but this is where it is. So yes. Yeah, and then we got, I think the Bahamas, didn't the Gophers play in a tournament down there at a place called the Atlantis?
The Atlantis, yes, they did.
The Atlantis looks like it might cost more than the than your average Holiday Inn Express.
You think
for
so?
An evening. It looks like it might be a little higher price than that. So
I don't think they call it the Atlantis. I think it's just like
Atlantis.
Skydome.
It's Skydome.
It's Atlantis.
Okay. At
That's
Atlantis.
the one that has the connecting suite between the two towers.
I think they have stuffed dolphins. I think they got,
that go out of the water just like this. They're on a big wheel. Sure,
they got these dolphin sculptures. I think their taxidermists got them.
You see them far enough away. Hey, look at the dolphins. And it's just on a wheel that goes over and over.
Yeah, that's true. Say, now the Hero World Challenge, I thought we were honoring vets or something, right? I think Tigers is like wounded veterans or stuff, but Hero is a motorbike company. They make a little crotch rocket.
Really?
Yep.
I did not
They're
know
the
that.
sponsor. Well, I didn't either until I saw an ad with these bikes flying all over the place, and it had Hero written on the side of them. So it's named after the sponsor. And Tigers had for this event. He's had at least 3 of them now. Wasn't it Williams?
I thought they were always in California.
They were, but Hero decided to go to the Bahamas, I guess. So they've been in the Bahamas now about the last 3-4 years. So.
Who are the top players not playing in it?
Don't know.
Mickelson, McIlroy. I don't think those 2 are there.
No, I don't think so.
But it's a tremendous field. What do you think of your basketball clubs?
I would have lost $100,000 on the Wolves for betting them to lose. So that was the $100,000 I made when they lost to Detroit last month after getting embarrassed here the next night. I would have lost that back. I would have lost that $100,000. And the Gophers, they ran into a handful. They might have won the game if Dupree McBrayer was playing, but instead they had to let Jelly Bean Washington or Jelly Jam or Jelly Stone or whatever the hell his name is play. And this kid, the player of the year in New York City, really talented, but the word teamwork he's not familiar with teamwork as of yet in the college game. He thought he was going to be the whole show. And here's Jelly Bone's problem. He got the jelly layup, right? Isn't that right, Rivers?
Yes.
Doesn't he have the jelly special move?
The jelly roll.
So whatever it is, he's got a wide open layup. He's got a normal layup, and he's got to do the jelly roll, and then he doesn't make it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we don't need the jelly roll.
No.
Make the shot.
We can see the jelly
Coach
roll.
Ariza would say, make the shot.
You can show us the jelly roll in the pregame. Right. We want the basket.
Right, we need the points.
We don't need the jelly roll when we're playing Miami. Now, you can do the jelly roll when you're playing Rutgers on Sunday and you're 25 points ahead of them. Go ahead, jelly roll the hell out of it. But
Len Horizon would have pulled him out of the game.
Not enough for he wouldn't. He would not. He wouldn't even let Arvesta Jr. shoot the jelly roll.
Right.
Lenny.
Right.
Lenny would.
No, Mr. Horizon. You said Lenny. I did not.
What did you find?
I found most of the attention right now in the Bahamas is focused on the other side of the island of New Providence with the opening of a mega resort, Baha Mar.
All right.
Now, but tucked away on the southwest side, just past the long-established gate community of Lifford Gay, is Albany, a much lower-profile private community that has been in the opening stages since 2010. The investors behind it are blue chip, chief among them British billionaire Joe Lewis's private investment company, Tavistock Group, Ernie Els, and Tiger Woods.
Well, that's how Tiger knows the Tavistock boys, because Tavistock was big in Orlando there. And remember the big match there every year would be Tavistock versus the Tavistock Cup. It was the Tavistock Cup. So Tiger's in with this British billionaire.
$2,500 to $6,000 per night at Els and Woods houses, not surprisingly, are not included. So you can go for about $6,000 a night.
$6,000 a night? Okay. Yeah, well.
And also, the name Albany comes from the centerpiece Albany House, a pink beachfront Bahamian manor house with an on-screen credit as the home of the villain in the Bond film Casino Royale.
Really?
Yes.
Alrighty. Well, I always go middle. Whenever I see something on prices,
Yeah.
I always go middle.
Go in the middle.
Don't go here, don't go there. Don't go
GA
cheaper.
probably goes a little high.
I go in
huh?
the middle. So I could probably get in there $3,400 a night.
Yes,
huh?
you get the sports writers discount.
That's what the hotel rooms are? $3,000 a night?
To rent. See, decorated condo units are available in the hotel pool to rent at $2,500 to $6,000 per night.
Too much, Pat.
Yeah, I think it's too much. I agree.
It's too much.
I agree.
That's a piping
you know
hot
what?
take.
If I was paying $2,500 a night, I wouldn't want to sleep.
No.
I'd stay
I was
up
just
and
going to
look.
say, for 2 sleeps, you could be out $12,000. 2 sleeps and $12,000's gone.
I
from your bank
would
account.
just look out the window and say, look, what's going on
Look at
out
this
there?
view.
Yes.
Yeah, give me more wake-up pills.
Or as you're sitting there, $6,000 a night, and it's 11 p.m., you're going, when is it going to happen? When am I going to be over? When is the $6,000 kicking in here?
Yes, that is true. But hey, the tax bill is going to pass. Are we happy or mad or don't we care?
This is going to cost Trump millions.
I'm not happy.
Oh,
remember when he said that? This is going to cost me millions.
Yeah,
just don't say anything.
You have billions. He's a beauty. Mm-hmm. Retweeting the Muslim stuff. He's unbelievable. You know who's getting fat? I hate to say that. Well, me, but Sarah Huckabee. I think she's eating. I think she's eating her frustrations. I think she's up 20 since she got the job.
It's a stressful
gig.
2
months. Jeez, I looked at her today. She looked normal size 2 months ago. Now she's looking big.
Kenny's afraid of her.
I think she just goes and sticks her face in a big bowl of ice cream after every press conference. She can't stand it.
It's always something new. That's why.
That's right.
All right, just a moment.
So Joe Moorhead was the offensive coordinator at Penn State, did extremely well there. He got hired at Mississippi State as their new head coach. Yesterday, they made it official. They had a press conference, and he's a man after my own heart. He was leaving the press conference, and he looked over to his wife and said, "Good luck. Let me know if you buy a house."
Jeez.
That's the interest level he was taking in it. Let me know you buy a house. If you buy a house, that's the way it should be. Damn it, let the wife buy the house. What was the Mike Leach, the goofy coach from Washington State, used to be at Texas Tech? The deal last week, somebody asked him at the press. He says, "I'm getting married. Any advice for me?" And he went in on this 5-minute tangent about. Now, don't let her trick you. You know, she'll ask you if this color's okay,
right?
And you'll say, I don't know, and then you'll be in trouble because you're not invested in it.
Right? Yep.
And then you'll say, okay, I like the tan. And then she'll say, I like the blue.
Yeah, what's wrong with the blue?
That's the 50-50-90 rule.
Yeah,
you got a 50% chance of being right. You're going to be wrong 90% of the time.
Yeah, right. It was fantastic.
Aaron Kahn tells a great story about his father gave him 2 shirts for Hanukkah. Yeah. Aaron put one on. His father said, "You didn't like the other one?"
Yeah, that's right. It was Leach was at Texas Tech, and he got fired because Craig James is an ESPN commentator and a great player at SMU, and he played in the NFL. And his son was playing for Leach down in Texas Tech, and he wasn't getting off the bench, and he was screwing around in practice. Leach locked him in a shed on a day like it was 95 degrees or something. He just said, "Go over and hang out in that shed." Threw him in the shed. So that story came out. It was cruelty to players.
Right.
So then Washington State hired him. So now he's up there by Spokane, Pullman, out there in the hinterlands of Washington. He can do anything he wants. He loves it.
There was a latest Mike Leach post-game presser.
He had a 15-minute thing the other day.
I'm trying to find it to send to Rook because it's just gold. It's just absolute gold. Let me see if I can find it.
He just babbles.
In fact, I think the caption was just simply, "Mike Leach is a national bleep and bleep treasure."
Yeah, right. Yeah, I can't remember what that one he was talking about, but I've told you the Mason story. The Gophers are going to play Texas Tech in the Insight Bowl, which ended up getting Mason fired, and they're going to NASDAQ that day. They're going to open NASDAQ because Insight's on the thing. So the night before, they go out to dinner with the people from Insight, and now then the bowl sponsors and stuff. Now they're walking back to the hotel, and 9:30 at night, and Leach says, I'm gonna hang out for a little while. I'll see you in the morning. He shows up at the NASDAQ thing at 8:50, same clothes he had on the night before. And then they get in there, and at the opening bell, he gets up there and says, "Guns up," which is the Texas Tech slogan, and everybody hits the floor thinking, post 9/11 New York, you don't say "guns up," boom, everybody's diving.
He can get away with doing anything he wants where he is now.
Oh, sure, yeah, he can, out there.
That's not football mad country.
No, and it's stuck out. The media's one TV station and 2 reporters.
Well,
probably.
plus it's cool enough you can put a kid in the shed. You're not gonna-
Right. Yeah,
You're not going to melt the kid.
put him out in the woods and might get eaten by a bear, but what the hell?
You're going to make your debut tonight to see the
I
expansion.
am going to see
Vegas?
the expansion, and you know what I'm going to do?
Call them Las
Call
Vegas.
them Las Vegas,
Yeah.
whether they like it or not. I'm amazed that AP in the standings is saying Vegas.
What, is that a league request or something?
Well, it must be the team request, and then the league has gone along with it. So the Vegas Golden Knights, now they started off insanely well.
Mm-hmm.
They've cooled off lately. They got shut out, I think, their last time out by somebody. So how about St. Louis? They played great to start. They haven't been good for 2 weeks, except the time they got 6 goals against our boys. They got beat again last night by somebody terrible.
Well,
Who
I
beat
can
them?
tell you.
Somebody terrible.
All right,
beat
while
them
you're
last night.
looking, I found this. Here we go. Hang on.
Yeah.
The women lose their mind. Your fiance's going to lose her mind. Your mother-in-law is going to lose her mind. Your mom is going to lose her mind. Several of your sisters and female relatives are going to lose their mind, and they're gonna barrage you with constant questions. What should we wear? And then, which of course my answer was, I don't care. And then, what color should the invitations be? I don't care. What should we have for dessert? I don't care. Should we seat this way or that way? I don't care. But see, I don't care is not satisfactory at all. And you're going to get caught in a catch-22, and I'm certain that you already have. And that catch-22 is, well, I want you to be a part of this too. So what color invitations? All right, the blue ones. Well, I kind of like the tan ones. Okay, the tan ones then. Oh, you're just saying that because you want this over. Well, you're not even thinking about it, which is of course true. What do you want for dessert? I was thinking of strawberry shortcake. Oh, okay. Yeah, strawberry shortcake would be good. Well, what about the blueberry pie? Well, I like the blueberry pie. We could have the blueberry pie. Well, I thought you said you wanted the strawberry shortcake. And it's just going to go back and forth, and they're going to play keep away from you until after you're married. There's no answer you can give that is going to be satisfactory
That's
or
the
correct.
50-50
And if you successfully please a few of them, the others will still be, oh, well, I just don't feel like he's that interested. Yeah, okay, so you need to work late. Go in the back room and read a lot of books. Take the groomsmen out so you make sure that they march in just right and they know exactly, these swell outfits that you picked out or whatever, however you're doing it. And in the end, you'll wish you eloped. You need to find excuses that they'll buy to be as far out of harm's way as you possibly can.
Anaheim 3, St. Louis 2.
Yeah, Anaheim. The Ducks are no good.
Sports Talk will return in just a moment, but here's John Haidt.
Thank you, Joe. A few clouds and 47 degrees. Minnesota Vikings quarterback Case Keenum's been named the NFC Player of the Month for November.
Player of the Month.
That's right.
There's Players of the Week, and we don't care much about that. But Player of the Month, you get a big plaque for that, Johnny.
That's
He should
right.
be Player of the Year.
Yeah, well, that
Decade.
could be next.
He might be.
Franchise.
Might be, you never know. He completed 69 of 97 passes, 71.1% for 866 yards, 7 touchdowns with just 2 interceptions and 2 sacks over 3 games. The last Vikings quarterback to win the award?
Favre?
Brett Favre back in November 2009. Favre and running back Adrian Peterson are the only others with the monthly offensive honor since 2004 for the Vikings.
As they say, all good things must come
Hey,
to an end.
Kenny, we did have a washed-up quarterback, kind of a nobody who once was somebody who became a nobody who almost took us to the Super Bowl in '98, Randall Cunningham. He wasn't supposed to be the regular, and he ended up...
And everyone thought Favre was washed up.
I went on the road. I was lucky enough to go on the road with the Vikings when Jim McMahon was the backup.
Oh, my God.
And I spent some time talking with Jim, and he might be the world's most awesome man on the
You
earth.
liked him, huh?
Yeah. He had some fantastic stories.
He liked to drink, didn't he?
He was very, very entertaining.
Wasn't he one of your Super Bowl stories, Pat? when he went down to New Orleans with the Bears in '85, and
Oh, he was great. They mooned the helicopter.
Right now, though, he's
helicopter
got
over there at practice, and he mooned them. And
right now, though, he's one of the guys that
he's got
gets
bad.
CTE.
He's got the dementia.
Who's the creep with the knee? Theismann. Theismann, McMahon,
Shin, actually.
Theismann, McMahon, and Joe Sensor and I standing on the field in Tampa Bay, me smoking a heater, putting it out on the field, while Jim McMahon regales us with very tawdry
How
stories.
in the hell did you get in? Were you their dope smuggler or what? How the hell did you get in?
They
with
had an
this
open
crew?
spot on the plane and said, "Hey, you want to go?" And I said, "Hell yeah!" And after that, I never watched another Vikings game again.
Did anybody notice that Kenny wasn't even lightly offended that Pat said, "Well, were you their dope smuggler?"
No, I don't care.
he was after
Well, there
that.
had to be a reason. Quarterback supplier. That's
The announcement on the plane before we deplaned was everybody in bed early tonight, nobody going out. So I went out to a gentleman's club across the freeway, and the whole team was there. The whole team.
Probably to see who else was there and who was not there.
Keep an eye on the situation.
You can never badmouth Theismann to me, though. He was.
I thought he was a complete jackass.
Oh man!
Oh
but
my God, he was insufferable.
Did he take care of the media? Unbelievable.
Oh,
Remember,
did he?
you were out there the time when Jack Kent Cook was riding his roadster around. We were out there advancing, you for Minneapolis, me for St. Paul. And I was waiting to, they promised me a half hour with Theismann, and it was now 7 o'clock at night, and he was on the phone with a radio station from Fargo. And I said, I'm never going to get this guy. 7:30 at night. I got out of there at 8:30 at night. He was unbelievable.
He would not shut up about how he thought he should still be out there. He goes, if it wasn't for this leg, blah, 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 blah. And inside I'm thinking, just shut up.
We
Just
like the
shut
guys
up.
that won't shut up, though.
Yeah, I can see why.
The Twins are adding former Major League pitcher Bob McClure as their senior pitching advisor. The 65-year-old will work with new pitching coach Garvin Alston and a soon-to-be-named minor league pitching coordinator. Last 4 years, he's been the pitching coach for the Phillies, and he was a teammate, Paul Molitor, back with the Milwaukee
I think
Brewers.
Molly must have said, you got to get me somebody that's of my generation who I can converse with, and then maybe he can converse with these young folks you got here.
Tiger Woods is done for the day at the Hero Challenge. Finished at 3 under, tied right now for 7th place. News notes from today.
No, and Joe's optimistic. I saw grimaces.
Did you? Yeah.
I didn't see a pain grimace. I saw a
Might
poor
have
shot
been.
grimace.
Yeah, well, there is a difference, I'll admit.
That's a pretty good debut, isn't it? That's
69.
He hasn't played in 300 days. Yeah.
That's not bad.
2 more women have come forward to accuse Senator Al Franken of inappropriate behavior. Army veteran Stephanie Kemplin told CNN that Franken groped her in December 2003 during a photo op. Kemplin said the senator cupped her breast as they were posing before she shifted her body. Also today, the online publication Jezebel reported a former elected official in New England who requested anonymity said Franken attempted to give her a wet, open-mouth kiss
The alfalfa.
on stage at an event in 2006. In the alleged 2003 incident, Kemplin said she was deployed in Kuwait and Franken was visiting as part of his USO tour. Franken spokesperson issued a statement which said, as Senator Franken made clear this week, he takes thousands of photos and has met tens of thousands of people. He has never intentionally engaged in this kind of conduct. He remains fully committed to cooperating with the ethics investigation.
Okay, Al.
Has anything else come out about Garrison?
Not yet.
Nothing.
Not yet.
But NPR admitted that this was the only thing they have, right? This incident.
I have no idea what they've admitted.
But they were he was being investigated.
Just can't. You don't
prior
fire a
to-
guy for patting a woman on the back.
He
So
was,
there must be something else.
He was somewhere in New England area, right? And they canceled the event last night. So.
The adjective I saw was it was a months-long investigation by NPR, like Rook said.
He'll be living in Norway or something. He's going to leave.
An anonymous hit-and-run driver has sent $1,000 to police in eastern Minnesota asking for forgiveness 30 years later and requesting officers give the money to the victim. Pioneer Press reporting the South St. Paul Police Department received the money and an anonymous note this month. Note said the driver hit a parked car one evening in 1985 or 86. The sender expressed remorse and requested police try to track down the owner of the vehicle. Note says the money could be donated to a police charity if they can't find the victim.
I'm in
How the
South
hell
St.
they
Paul, and that might have been my car. So if they want to just drop off the money, it's
How the hell are they expected to find somebody who banged into a car 30 years ago?
Well, that's exactly what happened to the police chief. Bill Messerich said police records don't go back that far, so they put the money into the department's general account, and it'll be used to buy new equipment or technology.
So they don't have any records of hit and runs in the late 80s?
No.
They do. They just don't keep
You're
them
off the
back
hook.
that far.
you're off the hook, Kenny.
Maybe the South St. Paul cops can advertise on the family podcast.
That is
How
a
about
grand
that? Yeah,
idea. The
that's
family
right.
podcast will take that money for sure.
Meanwhile, a driver was cited for various violations near Thief River Falls last week for trying to transport an oversized load. The Minnesota State Patrol submitted a photo. Did you see this picture, Kenny, Mr. Traffic?
Yeah, I'm on the side of the guy driving the truck.
You are?
They're nitpickers. Leave the guy
Well,
alone.
it
It's
was-
obviously
what's he
some
got?
local.
The
He's
picture-
he's moving a Quonset shed. Big
And
deal.
It was a semi-truck that was
Big
moving
deal.
a Quonset shed.
You know what?
And
Just leave him alone.
The Quonset shed covered both lanes of the highway completely.
And the ditch.
No way. Yeah. There's no way.
in the ditch.
You
So
had
it's a
nowhere
big
to go.
Quonset hut.
Yeah.
You had nowhere to go.
But you
huh?
know what? We're out here working hard out in the farms.
It was the
just
old
leave
North,
us the hell alone.
It was the old North Dakota hockey rink. He was actually.
You know what?
moving.
Slap one of those slow-moving vehicle signs on the back, the triangle.
And get out of his way.
Just
How did he
yeah.
load her up? That's what I want to know.
You
Very
jack 'em-
impressive.
You jack the building up and you back underneath it, and then you lower it down on it.
You should have maybe done this.
It's not that
during
tough.
the off hours.
We move buildings all the time. We don't need the law interfering with us. Just leave us
He
alone.
says they're nitpicking.
Yeah, they are. Big deal. Let them go.
Just because it took up 2 lanes in the ditch.
cited him for numerous violations. No, whatever, nerd.
Did he get the Quonset hut delivered? That's the question. What do you do when you stop
question.
him there? Do you make him drop it off? What do you do?
Well, first of all, if they were behind him, there's no way in hell he would have seen them.
No.
The picture is very impressive.
I saw the photo too.
Much respect to
The
those
question,
guys moving them.
I've always wondered too, Kenny, how do you maintain the structural integrity of a building like
You
that?
pin it together.
Okay.
Yeah, so everything is bolted, and you use big, huge planks and lumber.
Wow. Yeah,
And
I think
you
he
put
should
it
have burned
together.
it and put in a false insurance claim. It could have been a lot better.
Much better.
That
It's
works
safer
too.
for everybody.
General Motors said today it expects to deploy self-driving taxis and delivery vehicles in big U.S. cities by 2019. GM said at an investor presentation that based on its current rate of change, it expects commercial launch at scale of the autonomous vehicles in congested cities in 2019. Its cruise automation unit is testing autonomous Chevrolet Bolt electric vehicles with human backup drivers in San Francisco, Detroit, and Phoenix already, and they have plans to test in Manhattan next year. The backup driver would be removed at the time of the commercial launch. The automaker says it's focused on deploying self-driving vehicles safely, but it also wants to beat rivals to the market. GM President Dan Ammann told investors that GM is in the lead to deploy the vehicles in large numbers. Once they're on the road, the vehicle's computers would constantly learn and improve, according to Ammann.
What's that baby going to cost, John? That's got to be $100,000, I would think. Huh?
I got $285,000 on that old Silverado of mine. I can't wait till I see the first one of these.
The
Is that the one
Volt,
I always hit when I open the
I
door?
cannot wait.
when they came out with the Volt, that didn't really take off, did it? Like it was supposed to? Did it? Did they sell many of those things?
Oh,
Chevy Volt.
mean like
Many as they
flight?
could
Probably
make.
had the wrong.
Did they sell them? Yeah.
Probably had the wrong endorser.
Well, they had a large.
Probably had the wrong endorser.
They had a large battery in that one.
Let's
right?
break.
It was huge.
All right.
We're done here.
Do you guys know the capital of Vermont?
Roanoke.
No, that's incorrect.
Montpelier.
Very good, Mr. Souchere.
Wow.
Spell it.
MONTPELIER.
Yeah, that's important to this story, so spell it correctly. That's correct.
That's it. Yeah.
Joe is correct. Now, that's important because
God, you're a nerd.
Vermont's capital city, they have said thank you to a French city that it's named after for some misspelled soccer jerseys that were sent its way. Montpelier, Vermont, as Joe spelled it, which has one L, says that Montpellier, France, which has two L's, ordered jerseys for its professional soccer team and fans, but the jerseys came in misspelled with just one L instead of two.
Okay.
So the city in southern France decided to send the jerseys to Montpelier, Vermont, which is spelled with the one L.
That is a nice, worldly, that's the kind of cooperation
That's right.
we need on this globe.
Montpelier Mayor John Holler thanked Montpelier Mayor Philippe Sorel by Skype this morning.
Ah, merci.
Students,
There you are, Kenny.
student soccer
Doesn't
players.
that make you feel
This
better
makes me
about
sick.
He, as soon as I got through the second paragraph, he made a face at me.
Give him the look.
And let me guess, they dropped him off at Salvation Army, and now every hobo in town is
No, that's incorrect, Kenny. Student soccer players at Montpelier High School wore the donated jerseys.
That's right.
So there you go.
Okay.
All right, thanks, John.
Yeah.
I kind of wonder what story we didn't use, but go ahead, John. That's
Yeah. Oh, they get worse from here. They get worse from here.
We started on top.
That's it. Yep. Authorities say someone left a hand grenade inside a box
I
of
like hand grenade
donations.
stories.
The donations.
One of your favorites.
Yes,
Hand grenade
You
story.
can't beat a good
Plus,
hand
you know,
grenade
because
story.
they're not too often. They're not very.
Well, we just had one yesterday.
The guy pulled the pin.
Guy
out
pulled the pin.
That's right.
Then
then
he
we-
didn't have a head
I didn't
left.
find them.
And we didn't. We wondered what happened to his phone or why they found his phone intact.
Remember, he didn't think it'd blow up if he didn't throw
right,
it.
sure.
He could pull the pin, but if he didn't throw it,
And
it
what
didn't
color was
matter.
his shirt? Blue. It blew everywhere.
That's funny.
Authorities say someone left a hand grenade inside a box of donations that was dropped off by a woman at a Goodwill store in Southern California.
Sounds like some of those guys you used to go for Halloween. They would have given you a hand grenade.
LA Times reports an unidentified woman dropped off the box Wednesday at the store in the city of Placentia near Los Angeles.
Oh, gross.
no.
What the hell is that
No,
name?
no,
Change the
no,
name of
no.
that
What's
thing.
wrong with
Nobody's
you?
named their town that.
Before some city in France comes and wants to give you some gifts.
And the sign at the edge of town says, "Hold your nose."
Maybe it's pronounced Placentia. I don't know. It's,
Let's go with Placentia.
Let's go with
okay.
Placentia.
The Placentia Police Department says store workers discovered the grenade as they sifted through the donations.
It's a neighboring town of Scrotum.
Officers evacuated neighboring businesses, and a bomb squad was sent to safely retrieve the grenade.
So it was a working grenade, then,
Yes,
Johnny.
and-
It
yes.
could have blown up the whole
They
place.
came and took care of it.
Then the whole room would have looked like Placentia. You know, that would have been.
It probably means something. Probably means pleasant. Or,
Yeah, that's
I'm
it.
sure that
I've
when
got
they
news
named
for you.
it, they were thinking of something
Hey,
else.
Suchi boy, I was in the room. It is not pleasant.
Wow.
That's the good thing about.
I'm going to research this.
That's a good thing
when I go
about
back
having
out.
had children in the late '60s, gentlemen.
Look it up, Reeves. What's it
wouldn't-
mean?
You didn't have to go through that.
Okay.
Not Urban Dictionary.
You want the spelling,
Yeah,
Chris?
why don't you give that
Yeah.
to
Oh,
me?
here you go.
I
Here you
want to
go.
know what
Chris.
that means. It's probably something benign.
PL.
I got her.
All right. Then this story then. And this one it came with a video. You should go research it. It's pretty amazing.
Is this in California?
Yes, it is. And I was correct, right? There is a city.
Correct.
Yes.
It means something pleasant.
Yeah. See?
That's what it means. Okay.
Moving right along.
Family of a 1-year-old boy in India say the toddler has struck up an unlikely friendship with a troop of monkeys.
I don't think that's unusual.
Video recorded.
It's India.
Video
It'd be
recorded.
unusual if it was Wisconsin.
Do you think 1-year-olds are just running around with monkeys?
Yes,
in
I
India?
do.
I told you to stop hanging out with those monkeys.
Video recorded recently in Hubli, Karnataka.
That's where this happens.
Shows the 18-month-old boy distributing food to the band of friendly monkeys.
Really quick, so we don't bug Rook anymore. Joe, it's in reference to an English royal palace.
That's what I thought.
A
The
palace of Placentia.
It has nothing to do with anything
No.
except nice things.
I got it is known for its quiet neighborhoods and a lot of children.
Hey, let's slide on down to Placenta.
Okay.
The boy's parents said the monkeys show up.
Placentia Berry Days. Let's go. The parade.
What do you suppose their mascot is?
Berry days.
Berry days. Yeah. The boy's parents said the monkeys show up at the home every morning at 6 o'clock to play with the boy and receive his offered
Well,
food.
it sounds
Entirely
like
normal.
It sounds like they're just begging. You know,
Come to the Placenta Booyah in Town Square.
all animals animals do this, John.
Yes.
Squirrels,
Yes.
crows,
They all got 'em. They
pigeons.
have them all.
You got
get 'em.
to watch the video.
Right
They
after.
just stand around and play with them. They don't. They're not begging. They're not fighting.
Yeah, and there's one off on the side looking at his watch going, let's go with the treats here. Come on.
The parents
Bring your own bucket before it's all gone. It goes fast, as we know.
Do they
Are
throw
we doing
the,
2 stories?
Yes, we're doing 2
I
stories.
think we are, yes.
The children are still hooked up on placenta.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to tell you that monkeys hanging out with a kid in India is perfectly normal.
I thought you said squirrel.
The parents said the monkeys are gentle with their son and has never been bitten or otherwise injured by his
have they
little
thrown their
group of
poop
friends.
at him?
They have not.
They
And
like to do that.
I did watch the video, and the monkeys, they just...
So they're
Does
sophisticated.
the kid give him cigarettes?
There's about no cigs. There's about 15 monkeys in the group, so it's a...
It's entirely normal.
I don't
Sounds
like
creepy to me.
I don't like them.
And just think all of this because of a $10 parking ticket. When Anthony Sevi got a parking ticket in Royal Oak, he wasn't pleased. He went to pay his ticket with pennies, but was turned away. Things get really bad from there.
Okay.
He went to pay the $10 parking ticket, then with a credit card, but was told he'd have a $1.75 surcharge.
Pay it in pennies.
He said, nope, I'm not doing that, and he left. His lawyer, Jonathan Marco, said he wasn't happy with it, so in symbolic protest, he brought back penny rolls to pay for his ticket. The clerk wasn't happy about that and refused to allow him to pay with penny rolls. The entire exchange captured on surveillance video, which Marco showed to a local TV station. In the video, Sevi and the court officer exchanged words. Sevi was then asked to leave, so he turned around and started leaving, but it didn't end there. On the video, you can see the court officer began to choke him from behind, grabbing him and bringing himself to the ground. And unfortunately, according to the lawyer, he also soiled himself in the process for a $10 parking ticket. He was then arrested and tossed in jail. Now he's suing the Royal Oak court officers.
Royal Oak, Michigan?
Yes.
Okay. Why did he not take the pennies and
You know what? Just pay your stupid $10
Yes,
fine.
right.
Don't park in a no
Jeez.
parking zone.
They didn't want to pay the $1.75.
Oh, whatever.
The moral of that story
Jackass.
is
Yeah,
Let
but
him
if
sit
that
in
brings
jail.
in the pennies,
But
take
legal,
the pennies.
no, they're
give him
legal
the-
tender.
No,
Don't
don't be
give him
that
the-
way, Such.
don't give him the
Just pay it.
Don't give the jackasses bringing in the pennies the satisfaction of not taking the pennies, so then he can, think he
What if you
pulled
just
one over.
grow up and act like a man and write a check, you loser?
Check? What's that?
Or do what everybody else does: throw the parking ticket in the back of your car and don't worry about it.
I'm not going to Milwaukee again.
Nate Prosser's back, but he's not in the lineup tonight. They're not going to push him right in there, but they claimed him on waivers from the Blues. They got Mike Riley and Ryan Murphy and the Irish tandem down there. Although this Riley is Reilly, is there a chance those are Scotsmen instead of Irishmen? I
Oh,
don't
they're
know.
from the island. Let's just
Yeah,
say
they
they're
are
from the island.
They're all right. They're up there.
Riley and Murphy are the third tandem tonight.
And the
As-
Vegas guy's got a couple of ex-Wilders.
Yes, they got Holla and they got Tooch, whatever the hell, however it's pronounced. So,
And they're playing pretty well for them, too.
yeah, Holla was hurt for quite some time, but he is back now. He is a rocket. He can skate. So
This is what's coming up on the ride.
we're going to have a little of that conversation. Yes, we're going to have Kevin Seifert talking NFL and Tom Crean, former Indiana basketball coach, talk college hoops. So we're in good shape.
1500 ESPN is KSTP, St. Paul, Minneapolis. The ride is next.
Hi, this is Chris Howard, host of Plugged In with Chris Howard. The College Football Playoff Committee made their decision on Sunday, and as much as I loathe the idea of Ohio State losing their way into the College Football Playoff, I 100% agree with OSU making it in over Bama. Nick Saban citing some hypothetical point spreads to prove his point that the Tide deserve a spot in the College Football Playoffs holds little substance when you consider Bama's best win is over Texas. No, the committee got it right. TCU had a great season with far more ranked wins than Bama and didn't deserve to lose their spot after playing a surging Kansas State in a championship game. And Ohio State, while not playing some of their best ball later in the season, was still 12-0 until they came face-to-face with my Wolverines. While the college football playoff system isn't nowhere near as good as it could be, it's better than what we had. And in a few years, it will be better for all of college football. Hi, this is Chris Howard, host of Plugged In with Chris Howard. Get the latest odds and trends for every professional and amateur league out there. From football to basketball to soccer and esports, we've got it all at betonline.net. And if you love sports podcasts, you can find those at BetOnline as well. And don't forget BetOnline for the NHL, MMA, boxing, and golf. Head to the website today or use your mobile device to learn more. BetOnline, where the game starts.